Hey Summoners, it's me again, just another gamer, and today we'll be doing on Necropolis B10 again. So for what I have changes. I did some changes over the weekend. It's the free rune removal. So right now chilling's on full damage, which is attack, critical damage, and attack. Then the first one that you see, which is the second unit, that will be my attack wall, which is attack, critical rate, and attack, followed by the speed hua, which is speed, attack, and attack. Then Colin is the standard, it's just as a support, which is speed, defense, and HP. It will survive. Then last but not least will be Helia, which is on HP, critical rate, and attack. So all of them are on violent. Then the offsets for chilling will be revenge, and for Colin will also be on revenge. Then for the two Huas and this Helia, I don't remember their runes, their offsets. So, but this will be more of like a full damage team. It can work and sometimes it might not work, but generally it's actually much faster. It also makes my runs more stable. Previously I was using Baladion instead of Helia, but I feel that the lack of the damage. So when I put in Helia, I kind of feel it's much more stable. Then I feel that because I'm using on Huas, which are most likely my damage dealers, so shading will technically be safe from getting hit. So previously it has a HP slot, which I move it into a violent. I changed it to an attack percent. So right now it's like a full damage kind of team. And as Necropolis, you guys know, is kind of like RNG because you won't know what's going to happen. You don't know like how many of these violent you're going to get, etc. It's just like it drops. You guys know how many more unknown scrolls that will drop, but not how many more nice runes or maybe how many violent procs you're going to get. Okay, so this will be the second life of the boss. Hela's a bit squishy, so she is dangerous with the violent procs, but other than that, she's pretty quite safe having in a team. Yeah, but I guess this round that after the shield is down, the boss should be over. Yep, so we are done with this, and then let's go for like maybe another round or so. We'll sell this. So as a guideline for myself, I gave myself is like around 18k HP. That's inclusive of your HP towers. Then the rest I will just focus on attack. Then for Colin wise, it's better that you win some speed because from the first stage to the fourth stage, you gonna need some form of. You'll need her to actually heal and also increase on her attack for the whole party because you need to clear them fast and then you also need to heal. So you just have to like take lesser damage by killing the opponents faster. Because all these golems will actually give you dots, and then I think the crystals will actually hurt you quite a fair bit. So you gotta clear them fast or just have Colin to just do more heals and also be a little bit tanky. Possible ING that could actually make my team lose is this part, whereby if they were to just hit 2 of the golems and then the leech were to get too many turns and then defense break me all over the place and maybe stuns, etc. Then that part I might actually lose out. But I've seen some times whereby if a 4-man, that means I think most likely is without Helia or without one of the Huas, the team can still actually survive until the boss. So I think that having just Colin as a solo heal is enough. An alternative towards Helia, I can actually suggest a Jotun. Because, I mean, Jotun will not... Unless a Jotun is like a critical damage kind, then that's a different story. But in general, a Jotun will be like a HP or triple HP or maybe speed and double HP. So most likely it can still work because Helia is just there for more for the defense breaks. And Jotun can also provide the heal block. If Colin does not apply, then that's actually another plus point. So in general, if you realize that my team doesn't have much multi-hitters other than Colin and Chilling, which unless they both decide to do their buffs, then maybe I might not be able to break the shield. So this whole thing is a little bit RNG kind. I mean, actually the whole game is like about RNG. But you guys get the point. So previously, before the boss died, I actually prayed on like using Huas for the dots to actually kill the boss. But right now I feel that if I go like a full damage, I really do not really care about all these dots. I would just like go straight for the boss and just slay him off. That kind of issue. Or that means that kind of idea. Well, this will actually take care of the boss. The fastest I had was like the boss were to just... He moves twice, then after he revives, that is by the dot. Then the next round, he actually gets down again. That is like the fastest one. Which I think is around like 2 minutes for that case. Let's try for one last round, then we'll probably just call it a day. Previously I was trying to find Helia to just do for these raids, but still haven't really find a way to get through her for raids because, you know, as a Helia is a full kind of attack, so unless I discard the attack to go to like maybe defense, HP, critical rate, or maybe I go like without critical rate, I just go like double HP and the attack, then maybe it can be used for raids. But I think that if I have this right now, not really much plans to change her away, but these runs is pretty fast and I find it quite good. So I wouldn't... I mean, as an attacker mob, I don't think I will want to waste her attacks to go back into what she isn't supposed to do. It's like countering her own, like her own monster type or her own role. So I still keep her to this at current, and maybe for branding we could actually find some other units. Because the second skill will not be that important in raids because you can't stun the boss, that's for sure. So probably this current kind of like build I still keep it for. And I feel that the leader skill for training is rather useful because unless you were to go for like 80 kind of accuracy, which is you might need a lot of substats. So else you can actually just give up like your kind of like, if you're using like a HP lead for the dungeons, you could actually reduce your HP and then you work on your accuracy. That is how you can manipulate my team. But of course, I think the fastest way if I were to go like full 5 units of attackers kind, but that'd be quite tough. Okay, Helia nearly died. So actually as an attacker, now that I can actually get back my units much faster, which is either Hua or Helia, which is still pretty fast. Did we die now? Oh, okay. Let's see what's the last item we're gonna get. Nemesis wound. Nope, I'm not taking this. So right, if you guys have any other questions, just feel free to leave them in the comments. Right, so let's go through the stats of my units. I know there'll be like questions coming up. So this is my chilling, which is on attack, critical damage, and attack. And the resistance and the accuracy is the same, but that's not on purpose. His speed is rather low, but he still get his jobs done. So because he just need to break the shield, whereby the speed cap is for the Necropolis, so it doesn't really quite matter. Then for this, none are skilled up. It can be actually replaced with the Fire Elven Ranger, which is the Adrian. So you could actually try that unit out. Then giving the this leader skill. So these are the rune set. Alright, so this will be the attacker Hua, which is attack, crit rate, and attack. The speed is, they are all from the subs, which I didn't know it can go this much. So it's on Violent Blade, and none of them are skilled up. And the Awaken gets another 25% accuracy. For this unit, accuracy will be 61%. If you add in the leader, that will be 101%, but you're capped at 100%. Okay, now so moving on to the next Hua. This will be the speed attack. So actually I feel that this guy seems pretty decent in the stats. Could probably like focus palm one of them for rates or something like that. So okay, then 60% accuracy and in another 40%, that'll be 100%. Provided, of course, you need to think about this portion, which is the activation rate of 50%, because the harmful effect rate adds another 5, 10, 15, that'll be another 30%. That means you have like 80%, but that is if you screw up everything, that is another 6 more. Then for the second one is actually the continuous damage. That's 100% activation rate. The rest will be based on your accuracy. Then Awaken, the same thing. And then the wounds. These are the wound set. Nothing really that much. It's more like passing her all my like leftover wounds, because I needed the rest probably for the other. I have other units to do. So that's for my second Hua, which is the speed Hua. We'll move on to the next one. Alright, so here's my Colin, which is on the speed, HP, and defense. I can't remember which is which. And then, of course, you gotta max the skill, and as a net 2, it's easy to max the skills. And this unit will definitely be good for raids at the same time. So if you guys are watching this about like Colin, so that's particularly how I use for my game progression. And then this will be on the Violent and Revenge. Not much on the attack, it's just more for the applying the debuffs, or else after that you just need to survive. Alright, so for the last unit, this will be Helia, which is, yes, I can see there is the attack type, and this guy's attack is like pretty high as compared to like its HP and defense. It's pretty way squishy. That's why I suddenly seen me using her in like arena, probably sometime in guild battles, but I did not record that, but we still win somehow. Okay, but anyways, we will move on. Then we'll talk more about the skills again at the same time. Then for the first skill, that will be, if you max this, you add this all up, it's 100% chance of proccing the defense break. That is, the rest is based on your accuracy, as I gotta stress on that. Secondly, this skill is, if you get a crit rate, you have a chance to actually stun the opponent, and that's also 100% activation chance. And you can actually reduce this to 2 turns, and this is 2 hits. So that could be something like what a Jotun does. So I would say like a Jotun is like another sub of this guy. And at the same time, if Hua were to hit Jotun, then Hua might actually just die, because in my case, most of them are like above. The other one is 70% kind of like critical rate. So yep. And why Helia is because of this skill, which I like. I feel that branding is kind of like a little bit underrated in the game, other than if it is on the Dark Vampire, then that's of course a different kind of issue. So this attack will actually decrease the enemy's defense, that's 1, and apply the branding, that's 2. So it's, for this unit alone, it has already two of these defense breaks, which I think that is rather worth. I mean, it's worth if you have like hell tons of like units and then you do not know what to build. You could actually try building this, but if you are in the early game or the mid or approaching to a late game kind, then please focus on your mobs. I wouldn't advise this because it's more like a kind of like, you can say this like a fun mob, because or else you should be focusing on your like attack buffers, then your defense breakers or your support monsters, rather than some kind like not so luxury but like an extra kind of unit. So this is when she's awakened, she'll gain this sign of death, which is the third skill, and that will be when this is maxed, this reusable in 3 turns. So that's a 1 turn, 2 turn, and 3 turn respectively. And this is the runes I gave her. That's on focus and violent. I'm thinking if you can actually find some like critical rate to make it like around 60 to 70% kind of crit rate, then maybe I can just pump in another slot and maybe like put it like attack HP and HP. Then maybe I might use it in raids, but I also need some speed, so that'd be quite an issue around how I'm going to do on Helia. And the base defense is pretty low as compared to, I think it's as low as Colin, maybe. But Colin has a better kind of base HP. So yep. So that's all I have for today to share with you guys. And then if you guys have any other questions, just leave them in the comment section below. And good luck for your Necropolis runs. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video then. Alright, thanks for watching and goodbye.